I had no idea she was gonna move her seating, confront me over calling Peter a B word, and also said that I was disrespectful because we never had any issues.
I never requested to have my seating changed because I never know where you guys are going to seat me. And honestly, I didn't know I had the power to request certain seating.
You don't.
So, going back to the trip when the whole thing started with the whole Bish thing. At Kenya's charity event, she was not happy to be there.
It's amazing how many good friends I have and don't know about it.
Peter, I guess at that point felt like, all right, you know, I don't want to see her look crazy. Peter said what he said. His tone was absolutely fine.
This is a charity event.
And what does that mean? What did I say?
Seriously?
Things were uncomfortable, but we still were good. We get to Mexico. Peter tells me, yo, Greg pulled me aside and said that he caught a lot of flack at Kenya's event by not saying anything at the time when Peter and Nene were having a conversation. And he wanted to know if I would give him an opportunity to address it on camera. So Peter was like, you know, I'm a husband. You know, I just think it would be good for me and you as men to have that conversation.
Okay. So what led to the fallout?
So anyway, so then it starts to happen. And Peter and Greg are fighting.
What do you want to do?
I'm telling you what happened.
I'm telling you, you better not get your ass in my wife's face. Do it.
I never thought, and Nene never thought in her dreams that it would ever escalate to that point.
So you got back together. You wound up making up on camera.
Yeah, we had the dinner. We had the, well, I'm just going to tell it because I don't ever really want to tell this again. This keeps coming up, and it's a lot of untruth to a lot of things that happen. And so I just want to be very clear.
Yes.
And so we can just move on because I really don't want to answer this again.
Okay.
So we get to Vegas, and I said something on the show, and then Nene took a certain way, and then she responded in her blog, and I just texted her and said, we're in a hotel together. We're on vacation together. Like, you can't just call me and say, hey, I know I say stuff, you say stuff. I didn't really like the way that came off. So I just thought it was crazy to be with her in Vegas and then be reading, like, shade on the blog, and then we can go have dinner that night. At that point, I just was like, you know what? I'm not going to force this. It just was never really the same. Sorry it took so long, but there it is.
Long story.
So please don't ever ask me about it again.
Corey from Centerville, Virginia said, Nene, how did you feel when you heard Cynthia's mom say you were a mean-spirited person?
You know, that really bothered me because I've only been around her a few times and we have very, very small talk as in hi and bye.
She had saw when Nene was on your show and she was saying how I don't bring anything and whatever, just completely, you know, disrespecting me. My mom was coming from that place. Bottom line is, you know, once we stopped being friends, I didn't try to get you kicked out the group. I didn't, like, go start showing these places. That is a lie.
I ain't trying to get you kicked out. What group?
This group. This group. When
you was like asking about the show, and she was like, "Oh, she's boring. She need to go." Like, wow.
You had some really specific thoughts about who you thought should stay and who you thought should go. Do you have those thoughts this season?
Cynthia is okay. It's not like she's really bringing anything. Girl, bye.
If you were ever a friend to me,
well,
you would never do something like that.
To me, you wouldn't have done half of the stuff you did.
I would never.
You're so innocent. I can't. You're right. I'm wrong.
As to try to
well, you know what? You are right. You are so right. I am so wrong. Now you know I did everything wrong. I did everything wrong. Well, you know you took all. You know what? I done took all the food off your table. You didn't do nothing wrong. They only know what the hell you done told them. So you know I'm wrong. I tried to take food off your table. Yes, you did. And I'm wrong. And you right.
Yeah, and I would never do that to you.
Let me move on.
Okay, you would never do that to me because you're so innocent. That's why you sat here and pretended. That's why you sat here and made this whole story up all season.
For you.
That's why you made this. Yes, you are. You made this whole story up this whole season. You sat on this couch and tried to blindside me, and you rolled this whole story through the season.
I would not do that.
Okay, we done talking. Good.
I mean, that was a very emotional conversation. We were friends. You know, like she said, we loved each other like a sister. We did. I mean, I talked to Nene more than I did talk to my sister, to be very honest with you. You can move on, but I never want to be enemies with her because I don't have anything against her. So I would like to be cordial.
I felt like Cynthia put out to these girls and to the viewers that I wasn't a good friend. That really bothered me, and that really hurt me because I was a very good friend to Cynthia, and she was a good friend to me.
Do you still love her?
Tell the truth.
You know, I wish her well. That's it.
Did any of you all who were at that meal think that after they hugged, they would get their friendship back on track?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Candy, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought that they were going to be back friends again because that was the first time I saw Nene get emotional like that in a group setting.
Why did you get so emotional?
Again, we were very close.
Yeah. To put an end on this one, what Cynthia said is that her hope is that you two are at a place where if you run into each other and you're out and about, that you will be cordial to each other. Is that something you feel comfortable with?
Well, it's not like I would be like, hey, what you doing? You know, what's going on? You know, it's like, you know, jeez. I mean, I'm doing my thing, she's doing her thing. That's it.